So you're trying to figure out whether you should rent or sell your home. And the first place to start is with the numbers. It seems pretty basic, but you need to know the house, if you were to sell it for, what price you would get, most likely, and what it would cost to sell it. And if you're going to keep the home and rent it, you need to know what it would rent for, and you also need to know what kind of cash flow you would have in between. And part of that is also including if you have any property management fees that would deduct from the amount of money that you might make. So as far as nailing those numbers down, it's pretty straightforward. You can go to there's many property management companies that are also are brokerages, and so you can get a free CMA, Certified Market Analysis, or Comparative Market Analysis, so you can figure out how much your house is going to sell for, and you can also get a cost sheet to figure out how much it's going to actually cost you to sell. And then you can go get a quote and a rental analysis from a property management company to figure what those costs are. So at least first you start off with the numbers. The second step in figuring out whether you should buy or rent is you have to just think about what your own plans are. I mean, if you have some money in the house and you really need it, then that's a pretty obvious answer. You need to sell the place. But if you don't need the money right away, and maybe you have some longer term plans where you don't need it right away, you can kind of hang on to it. So that changes the equation. So you really have to think also through how much effort you want to put into this process. Some people would look to manage the property themselves if they kept it. But if you don't want to put very much effort, you need to be thinking about property management in that. So some of it also depends on the amount of energy that you want to put in the property as well. So the pros of actually keeping a home for a rental. First, it's one of the only places that you have legitimate depreciation. And so you can write off the actual value of the structure against your income every year, which is a net savings of money in your taxes. The next thing that holding a rental property will do that a lot of people don't think about is that if in a time when there's inflation, it will essentially hold value for you. As money becomes less valuable, your property will go up, usually at the same rate or sometimes even more. And so you're staying even with inflation there. Your money's not losing value. Likewise, if there's a recession or there's deflationary pressure where money is worth less, yes, your property will be worth less, but in terms of real dollars, it will hold its value. Another benefit to holding a property over time is that there's cash flow potentially, the difference between what you can rent it for and all the expenses that are associated with it. So the benefits to selling it, it's pretty straightforward. If you've got equity, there's cash. And the second thing is just clearing your mental space. You don't have to think about the property anymore. So the list of benefits are short, but they're important. So what to do next? Well, the next thing to do is to do the first step, and that's to get the numbers. So get in contact with probably a property management company that's also a brokerage, and ask for them to do a market analysis on your home, tell you what the costs are going to be to sell your home, which you'll end up netting on an estimated basis, and then have them give you a quote as to what they would charge you to manage your property, and also do a rent analysis of your property to see what it would rent for. And you can figure all those numbers out and figure exactly where you'd be starting from.